And Callie's a chewy girl. And that's right, chew it up. Get it. Good girl. Yeah, get it, Callie. It must have been hard though, like being um Marilyn Wilson, cause but that's the perfect shit. I don't know, like how Brian pulled that off, and they were married for like 15 years or something. That must have been incredibly hard, but he knew what he was doing. That's the perfect bitch. I would have done the same thing too. It must have been an incredible motherfucking high. On no matter what level you think no matter what the reality may be, it must have been an out of body experience, interstellar experience where you're like, my record is number one. The Beatles have not landed yet. It's not February 64. I got 16-year-old pussy, which was probably like 15. I have a swimming pool now. I'm taking amphetamine and lysergic acid, diethylene, and I'm banging 16-year-old pussy. It's amazing. That's why her parents were probably so accommodating to him. I would, yeah, anyone would be. They'd be like, that's a good future. He has a good future. He's a nice boy and he makes a lot of money. Marilyn must have been like, wow, this is like Japan. I got sold to the highest bidder. But she loved Brian and it makes her sad and shit. But 15 years is a long fucking time. I would have done the same thing though. Like, I'm definitely keeping this one. You know what I mean? But she's sick. It's just like Elvis. It's just like, yeah. Maybe that's where Eugene Landy was saying, like, we're worried about him turning into Elvis. Because it's kind of similar. But that would buy some definite artificial fucking happiness. I'd be like, I got a Marilyn looking bitch. Gave two kids little Carney all perfect and shit. I'll eat her. And the other one is like, yeah. And Brian was too. He was in love with the three sisters. I I know what it's like, dude. He couldn't decide which sister. Yeah. You know, and people talk about Caroline now. I don't know. They say it's about a bunch of shit. Now, I always interpreted it to be Brian and Marilyn's song for when supposedly Marilyn cut her hair. And I think it is for Marilyn in a lot of ways, but it's probably also about his secretary. He had a black secretary, I think, that was named Caroline. And there's a lot of that was also the first single that was just off of Pet Sounds that was credited just to Brian Wilson. Caroline, no. A lot of people think he's writing about himself. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, fucking little Jewish girl Brian had. You know what I mean? He had a decent amount of fucking money. He had that pad that was in California. It was nice. He had a little studio there. Steven Desper he employed for like 2.5 years to operate the tapes and be the head tape operator. He had Marilyn bopping around cooking him steaks. Van Dyke Parks is coming over tonight with some radical poetry. I would have done the same thing he did, Brian. He was a genius. He got Tony Asher, who was writing jingles for marketing, writing toy commercials. I would have done the same thing. That's fucking genius. Market to little. We're trying to market to 8-year-olds and 13-year-olds because I gotta put my soul on their faces eventually. When I go to play these shows and I have to push this fucking record. Hell yeah. Oh, oh my god. Keep going, bitch. Don't. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. Just blazing through the land with that. But what about? Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, and you need to Ronnie Spector a bitch. I mean, I did that, or yeah, Phil Spector a bitch. Especially, yeah, you have to. Especially Ronnie. You don't want her getting out of your sight. You just don't want these. It's a when you get that kind of money and that kind of wealth, and you live in and you have a castle and shit. You just you know, yeah, that's pretty much it though. But I mean, she could have. I guess she could have had an alternate life, but would you really want one? I don't know. Wasn't there, but dude, Brian was drug addled. You have to be, you know. Well, I mean, it was just a mess. I would have done really well in the '60s. I would have been your quintessential cutout. And then just have a whole piranha entourage, a whole fishbowl of carnivorous fish, just trying to bilk all the vibes and money and vibe. And I use them to demagnetize the vibe. But yeah, you know.